I like guys that are like just really like intellectually diverse. Like they're really into like building upon themselves as like a thinker, and if that makes sense, like a guy who's like really, really smart. Like I would love an academic.
Is
like,
that the qualities other than financial?
And academics don't, well, I don't mean to interrupt you, I'm sorry, but academics don't make a lot of money. So like PhDs.
You would date like, what about a high school teacher?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
And he makes $50K.
Yeah, I guess now that you bring it up, I probably would. Yeah.
I'm just confused because.
But I think it's also about goals too, right? Because if he has like the goal to become like a better version of himself financially, then like that is beneficial to me, because that
there's
means
only a limited amount of hustlers to go around, right? Like not every woman's going to get a rock star. Not every woman's going to get some guy who's making not even 6 figures, 7 figures. There's not enough men who make 7 figures to go around. There's not even enough 6-figure men to go around. A lot of women want a guy who makes it. The amount of women who want a guy who makes 6 figures is not commensurate to the amount of men who make 6 figures.
Right, there was somebody on your show that brought that up. I forget who it was. But you
me
did
right now. I just brought that shit up.
Yeah. But no, it's something like 1% of men or something, I think.
Yeah, but you said you want a guy who makes at least $100,000, but then you
ideally, isn't that ideal?
No, it's minimum. It's minimum. So your ideal could be like $1 million per year. Did you want to come in on this, or?
Yeah, I wanted to make a comment because you mentioned that you wouldn't lower your standards. Yeah. So with that being said, you said you're in a pretty bad position right now in life. So would you not accept someone who is also maybe in a bad position, but they have those goals, they have that determination to fix their life just like you? If they were in the same position,
absolutely.
Would that be lowering your standards?
Yeah, and I don't know if you're familiar with this study, but they actually did find, that women prefer men who are working as opposed to those who are like not working and they're just sitting on money. I'd have to cite the study, but basically rich men and poor men that are both working very hard are preferred by women over guys that are rich and poor who aren't working at all, which makes sense to me. And I think that's why those findings stood out to me, is because, yes, I think that, and I could have put 0 on there, but I kind of wanted to stimulate conversation, because you make a good point. It's tough out there for everybody right now, and I do value that. I really value guys that like work hard for what they want. Like that means a lot to me. I hate guys who are rich who don't work for anything, or poor and don't work for anything.
Wait, but
it's about hard work for me.
Just to be clear, you would hate.
I don't use hate, but
Wait, but you wouldn't date a guy who isn't working but has like a trust fund?
Yeah.
Or a guy who's retired? What if he's retired?
Retired.
He made a bunch. He's 40.
Made a ton of money.
He made a fuck ton of money.
No, I don't think I would. No, I think I would maybe have sex with him. I don't think I would like.
What?
I would let him take me out.
That's very kind of you. So he hustled from 20, and then he retired at 35 because he made so much money, but he's not worried. He's retired. He's living off the money he made.
I don't
his
like
interest.
That. No.
What?
Yeah.
Isn't that you though?
That's me. Yeah.
No, but that's not even you. That you're just you don't. But you don't have those.
It is kind of me. I guess you could say that.
The not working part is you. But my understanding is
I'm trying to work.
But you
I've
don't
applied
have
a lot of places.
You don't have underlying resources. Is that correct? Like you don't have a trust fund. You don't have.
It's a personal question, but no, I'm pretty broke. Yeah, that's why I had to move.
But so you're broke. You're broke.
I'm working hard though. I'm trying to get a job.
But you're broke. Just one sec.
Hasn't worked.
You're broke
for a couple months.
But you wouldn't date a guy who hustled in his 20s and has made so much. Wouldn't that indicate like a higher work ethic or ambition when he was younger and he's made so much money? He's like, I don't need to work anymore. I'm going to relax. I already hustled. I'm good. I'm retired. Why do you need a guy in that situation to work?
No, because you could always be. I mean, maybe I don't know. I just don't think that that's sexy if he just sits at home all day.
But
if he worked,
because I actually do a lot all day.
He already did that though. He did the work. He did the hustle already, and now he's done.
Why is he done?
Isn't that sexier than the guy who's working, who's just, I'm gonna slave away for the next 40 years? It's like, that's commendable, but to me, it would occur to me that the guy who's already set at 35, that's kind of a more appealing scenario.
Yeah, I guess it kind of shows mentality-wise that they were determined enough and like had that work ethic enough to make it before 30, and now they could sit pretty, they could take trips, they could.
Yeah, who said he had to sit?
You won't
who says they're
you
not
won't
working?
date a guy who's sitting on $5 million, and he's just not working.
I let him take me out.
But because he's not currently working, but he earned the $5 million just at a quicker pace than the guy who's going to work until he's 60 or 65 and then retire.
I think it's very I think that it's very noble of a guy when he puts in so much work to provide for himself. Yeah, I do think that that's like really commendable.
But that would be the same guy that put so much work in for himself at his 20s that is now sitting pretty at 30.
Well, why? I mean, so then maybe he didn't want to work to begin with. Maybe it was all about the money.
Alchemist donated $200. Hardworking guy, always sexy facts.
Yep.
Okay, thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Wait, he said hardworking guy. What?
Are sexy.
Always sexy facts.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't
I'm
know.
just gonna say it. Beggars can't be choosers.
But like, I mean,
She's not
if
gonna date a
he
guy.
stops working at 40, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Go on.
If he stops working at 40, what?
Like, I mean, then maybe it was all about the money to begin with.
That's why you
like
work.
he's
Hello?
shallow.
How? What?
You don't work. No, a lot of people have careers that they genuinely love, and
That's the minority of people.
It is a minority of people. Yes, it is a minority. You're right.
The majority of people would not do what they do if they weren't being paid for it.
Yeah,
That's
true.
And
But
I think it's perfectly okay if you're going to labor for somebody or labor for yourself to want to be compensated for that financially.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh,
It's not
I didn't say
shallow
that.
at
I don't
all.
think people should work for free.
But you said, oh, he's working for the money, ergo, he must be superficial. What?
Well, you can always be richer, I think. Like, I mean, you know, like Elon
I think
Musk.
she's-
I mean,
yeah.
Because
So
now you're saying one thing, but then you kind of retract it a little bit with what else you say when you continue.
So, okay. What do you...
yeah, I was gonna say, I think what I'm hearing you say is that like when a man, so like if a man worked till he was 41, made as much money as he could and then stopped working, that would show you that he doesn't have a love and a yearning for that work. And that is what's unattractive to you. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that a guy has a passion. I think that's really commendable. Yeah.
So you just want...
Yeah, it's commendable. So what?
It's
What if he doesn't have
commendable,
a passion?
and
Who
it's
cares?
not...
Would you date a guy who doesn't have a passion when it comes to what he does for work? Like, you think the car salesman is like, man, I go to every day. I'm taking people on test drives. I'm so passionate about this.
Yeah.
You can be a good car salesman, but I don't think most car salesmen are like, this is my fucking passion. They do it for the paycheck,
No,
which
they
is
do.
perfectly a respectable thing
It is
to do.
respectable. I'm not saying it's not respectable.
I think you
I'm
gotta
just
reassess
saying-
your standards here.
Ooh,
I gotta be
okay.
honest.
Okay.
I need a guy who's really, has a passion. What's
would
wrong with dating an average
love-
guy? Date an average guy.
I would love... Well, okay, like, do you have a passion for what you do? No.
Do I have a passion?
Has to. There's no way.
Because I get to speak. Because I get to, I guess, provide commentary on things that I think are important. There's a passion there. But
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy what I do, but like, would I do it for free? Probably not.
Right. Okay. That's reasonable. I didn't say that. I didn't say a guy should, like, do stuff
Here,
for free.
let me explain it further. if I was a professional surfer, that would be like a passion. But like doing a podcast, like I enjoy what I do, but I don't know if I would call what I'm doing a passion. Like if I was a professional skateboarder, a professional surfer, a professional athlete, I think that maybe for some people, like being involved in the entertainment industry, creating films, that could be a passion. I have some components of passion as it pertains to forwarding my worldview. I have passion about that, but like the technical aspects of doing a podcast, booking guests, not my passion. Just being honest.
Right. Do you think other podcasters would disagree with you, or they would all agree?
I don't think most podcasters are doing it like it's their passion.
It's a hobby. It's like
maybe it's a hobby.
It's a hobby.
I don't think they're like,
okay,
oh my God,
we'll use the word
so
hobby.
passionate.
That's so interesting. I feel like I see a lot of passion. Like
From who?
From you hosting the show.
I know.
Like you get so into it.
I think my speech is impassioned, but the actual, all that goes into doing the show, I'm not sure if there's...
If you could be doing anything, would you be doing this?
No. Oh, if I caught like a crypto pump, like if I bought Bitcoin in 2013, if I bought Bitcoin in 2013, I definitely wouldn't be doing this. Maybe I could still be doing content creation, but I wouldn't be going through the like dealing with, no offense, all y'all. Not y'all have been pretty cool, but trust me, I would not be talking to strangers if I had like 100 million Bitcoin.
Are you into crypto?
Well, I mean,
Are you passionate about crypto?
No.
No, not at all.
So
but
what are
I
you
knew
passionate
about. Here's the
about?
crazy thing: I passed on crypto in 2013.
Okay.
I knew about Bitcoin, and I was like, I should put 1,000 in. Do you know how painful it is to be like, now I'm doing a podcast and I'm like dealing with all y'all?
Well,
but I could have been like multi-millionaire off of $1,000 investment
and you
a
still
decade
could.
ago.
It's still valid. I launched
You're not
a
gonna
coin actually.
I mean,
I'm
definitely
very
can.
into crypto.
Oh my God, get out of here! It's